Okay, Mindful Monday. Here we go. I am still sitting with the epiphany that I had Thursday, I think it was. And I also just think that it's totally wild that after having the epiphany and just feeling this shift in energy in my body, I went to an open mic night and performed. I don't know, it's just like I feel like the universe has a way of kind of just like putting everything together. And not only putting everything together, but also being like, well, okay, if you're serious about it, here, do it. And yeah, I think that that's really cool. But again, sitting with the epiphany, I want to be mindful of my time and energy and where it is that I'm putting it. Something that I've noticed, and I think that this is a realization that I've come to more recently in the past like 6 months, maybe even a year. But I've had a tendency throughout my life to like over involve other people in my shit, whatever's going on in my life, my business, what happens and everything. And the more I sit with it, the more I realize that the less I tell people, the faster I can go, because if I'm not telling people about everything that's going on in my life, it takes a long time. Not just time, but also energy. It takes a long time to, inform people, to tell people what it is that's going on in your life. It does. And not only that, but also what people have to say about what it is that you tell them about what it is that's going on in your life. A lot of people have unsolicited advice. Oh, I think you should do this. Oh, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. That's it. I didn't ask you. Yeah, people don't like that. People don't like when their unsolicited advice is rejected. But yeah, so along with this whole like epiphany of, well, I can run as fast as I want to, and I can also choose to be whoever I want to be in any given moment in life, literally. I also have to take into consideration just how important it is to reserve my time and energy as necessary for that. Because I can say that I'm going to do that all I want, but if what I do is I inform everybody else about what's going on in my life, I'm going to lose a lot of my time and energy. And I'll tell you what right now, too, because I have plenty of experience with this. The amount of times that I have tried to inform people on behalf of what is going on in my life or what it is that I'm doing, a far majority of the times that I've done that, the reaction from them has actually been fucking exhausting. Because it's like they're, I don't know, maybe they're coming at me from a place of regret. Oh, you don't know how good you have it right now, this, that, and the other, you know? And it's just not fun to hear that stuff. It's not. Um, so this is why I've learned to not tell people what the fuck is going on in my life. Um, and what I've altogether learned is that it doesn't do anything productive. It's like it's probably best to just do whatever it is that I'm going to do and then just have people find out. That's like the most productive thing. So I'm being more mindful about my time and energy and what I'm doing with it. Not only that, but down to the T, like actually managing. And this might sound crazy. And I used to think that this was kind of like crazy when I first like considered it and everything. But like down to the T, down to the second time management and stuff. It used to make me feel uncomfortable more so because um, I think that like in college and high school, I was learning about time management tools, and I didn't like college or high school. I didn't like school. It wasn't for me. Um, I love education. The classroom is not the only place to achieve it. Um, but yeah, like the traditional education system was trying to teach me about time management and everything. And I think that I held a very stale taste or idea of time management in my mouth and in my body for a long time. And like every time that like I would approach it or I would hear it, I'd be like, ugh. Like to me, it meant doing things that I don't want to do. And now that I know that it doesn't mean doing things that I don't want to do, it just means making sure that I have the focus and the time management to actually delegate time as necessary to the things that I'm actually passionate about. Right? So the mindful Monday aspect of this is really being aware of my time and energy and recognizing what it is that I'm investing it in, and to match that with this whole matter of, bro, you can run as fast as you fucking want to. You can be whoever it is that you want to be in any given moment. It doesn't matter. Like in this moment right now, I could be a completely different person than I've been before. What matters is that I'm aware of, okay, now it's time to run. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to get the distractions the fuck out of your life. Things that don't matter seriously do not matter. No distractions. The ability to allow that which does not matter truly just slide. And like the other thing too, like let's look at the obstacles of what stops a fucking person from doing things. I would argue that time is one of them, all the while considering it bullshit, because we all have 24 hours in a day, and I would argue that, myself included, because I've been here, but a majority of people don't utilize their time productively. They just give in to what they're used to and what they're comfortable with and familiar with. Remember, what you're used to will use you. Another thing is money. Guess what? You can use OPM. That is other people's money. There are just ways, like, there are ways to do the things that a person wants to do. And I think that, like, when you look at things from the standpoint of, all right, am I honestly just bullshitting myself? I have before. I have experience with that. I know what it's like. Am I managing my time? Am I managing my energy? I've managed neither of those before. I know what it's like to waste time. I know what it's like to waste energy. And this is why I'm saying, like, instead of informing people in my life on behalf of what it is that I'm doing, like, just fucking do it. Have minimal, but like actually more intimate conversations with people. Like, a majority of the conversations that I have with people in life have been superficial, political bullshit, fucking weather, passing this, that, and I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. I really don't. And that has consisted a majority of the conversations I've had in the relationships that I've had throughout my life. And I'm just, it's like, all right, well, I would rather take all of that time and energy back and invest it into building something that I'm actually fucking passionate about, rather than like coming away from every conversation being like, why the fuck am I even talking to people? Right? Like, it's just like being aware of it. Like, don't get me wrong. Having conversations with people, having relationships, it's important. A matter of balance, absolutely. However, after I discovered that if I'm just going to go around to people and spend my time and energy telling people what's happened in my life or what's going on in my life, I get it. Venting's a real thing, and it can be healthy, especially if there is a mutual balance between you and the other person that you are venting with. However, the less you have to do all that stuff, because you're good with yourself, when you're really good and you're regulated, when you're really good with yourself, right? You don't have to do that stuff as much, and you don't have to do it with as many people. Therefore, you get to have your time and energy back to yourself. And that's what this is all about. That's what I'm being more mindful of on this Mindful Monday.